All right, guys, I wanted to give you the blueprint for fix and flipping. You know, a lot of you guys don't know how to get started because there's just a lot to it. If you want to fix and flip real estate, if you want to be a real estate investor, if you want to go buy rentals, it's like, where do you start? Like, where do I turn to? So number one is just networking. So you definitely need to subscribe to my email, get my information, and just start seeing the deals come across. Like, if you want to buy a deal, if you want to be an investor, like, where do you get the deals? And so the deal flow is definitely right in front of your face because you can subscribe to my email. And make sure that you guys do that immediately. And it's just so important that you guys start getting the deals coming across. And once you start having the deals and you just feel like, oh, you know, I like these deals, they're great. And the important thing about getting the deals in my email, they're discounted. You're buying below retail value. So, you know, these aren't retail properties, these are wholesale properties. And if you don't know what wholesale properties are, it's like Costco wholesale. You're buying cheaper, right? You're not buying retail. You're not like just dealing with like a normal realtor and you're gonna go buy a house that is at full market value. You're buying wholesale, which is discounted from retail value. And you have to do that because you wanna buy them at 70% or less of the market retail because you're gonna go put in 10, 15% of fix up if you're gonna be a fixer flipper, and then you're gonna make yourself 10 to 15% of profit, right? So that's why you're buying it discounted. So as soon as you have the deal, you've got the deal flow, things are good. You've got to know how to, number two on the blueprint is run comparables or comping properties. We actually have some really cool videos on comping properties. Go over those tutorials so you can comp a property. The investors that know how to comp a property, they win. The investors that know how to comp a property, they make good money. It's all about comping the property. You actually have to be like really good at it. And it's okay, you got to spend some time and really know what you're doing. If you have questions, reach out to me, but those videos will tell you how to run the comparables because you see something on my email list that says, hey, you know, it's $200,000, and then you run the comparable, and if it's only worth $250, your comparable, then it's not worth flipping. You wanna make sure that it's probably worth around $300 or more if the price is $200,000. So just make sure that you're doing that. And then once you get the property, you gotta make sure that you've got financing. And when I say that, wholesale, you have to buy cash or hard money. So you can't finance the property. You can't go to a normal mortgage officer and get pre-qualified and get financing for the property. It just doesn't happen that way. You have to have the cash or you have to have hard money. If you don't have cash, I can show you how to get hard money. So if you're buying the property for $200,000, you're gonna have to put 10 to 20% down, so $20,000 to $40,000, right? And then I'll help you get hard money on the property. The hard money comes up with the rest. If you're coming up with $20,000, they come up with $180,000, and they actually secure it by deed of trust. And so that's how they're secure. And actually, it's not even a credit check. It's not even a pull on your credit, you know, or it's all asset based. It's tied by deed of trust. That's the security document in hard money. So it's the best. And so if you're thinking, oh, I really don't want to pay cash and I really don't want to do hard money, you kind of got to just suck it up if you want to be a real estate investor to flip properties and buy rentals at wholesale, because that's just the only two ways to buy. The cool thing about it, if you're like, oh, I've already been pre-qualified with my loan officer to buy this rental or pre-qualified with my loan officer to buy this flip, it's okay. You can get hard money and you can use that pre-qual and finance out of the hard money as soon as possible. If you get hard money for a rental, refinance out as soon as possible. If you get hard money for a flip the property as quick as possible. And if it's not going good or not flipping as quick as you can, use that refinance to finance out of the hard money because, like I said, hard money is expensive. It's anywhere from 12 to 18% depending on where you get it. 14% is probably average. Number four would be locking up the deal. You know, if you see a good deal on my email, you've ran the comparables and you understand hard money, or you've got the cash to pay for it, you say, hey, Spencer, I want this deal, send me the contract. Immediately, I will tell you, okay, great. You're gonna have to wire $5,000 EMD or earnest money deposit to this wire information, which will be a title company, which secures the property. And then we send a contract to you to sign, or we send a contract to sign and then you wire the EMD. It's not a big deal. But the investors that are serious, they actually like, hey, I want this, they'll wire immediately before a contract just to show like in good faith that, you know, I want this property, it's good to go, we're making this happen. So, you know, this blueprint's super, super amazing. You need to go through those 4 steps. And fifth, if you want to learn more, you need to belong to the 5-Minute Millionaire community. These are the things that we teach, just basics. And if you're a seasoned investor, we teach even in more depth, right? So make sure that you guys join the 5MM so you have the tools and you have the education that you need to be a great real estate investor. So you know how to go out there and run the comparables and how to get hard money and how to buy the property, right? These steps are so important. So this is the blueprint to buying fix and flips or rentals. And if you're interested, make sure that you join the 5MM. This community is for you if you want to be a serious real estate investor. Thank you so much.